What does it mean to be a woman in film?
It means it's really hard.
Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Believe it or not, it was only 7 short years ago that Brie Larson had the world at her feet. Oh, okay, let's change that one. Brie Larson had the world in the palm of her hand. At only 26 years of age, she had walked away with something that most actors and actresses have never had, that being an Oscar for her performance in Room.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
No. Room, not The Room.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
Tommy, it's Az, or Terence von Higginbottom if you want to use him a government name, but come on, man.
Hi, doggy.
I don't know. Offers must have come pouring in. Attractive woman, Oscar winner, her star was really high, and she seemed like a decent person, turning around to high-five her co-star when she was actually read out in the nominations.
Brie Larson, Room.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Tommy, will you just fuck off?
Brie Larson, Room.
So it came as a nice surprise that this fresh-faced young lady actually claimed the prize.
And the Oscar goes to Brie Larson, Room.
What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
And it wasn't long after her Oscar win that she was announced as Captain Marvel, somebody who was going to spearhead the MCU going forward as it came to the end of its main arc with the Infinity Gauntlet saga.
If we're actually going to do a big Marvel family photo, we should introduce the newest member of the Marvel family, Captain Marvel herself, Brie Larson!
Bloody hell, that got a bit dark. No pun intended. Guys, can we just ease up on the dun-dun-duns in this video now, please? I think we might have just overused it a wee bit. All right. Cheers. Brie must have felt on top of the world looking down on creation. And maybe that was the problem. She was looking down at people. It wasn't long before she started lending her clout to the Me Too Time's Up movement, and suddenly things with this bubbly young lady seemed to change rather drastically, at least from a personality perspective.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
And in what is most likely a calculated move by her marketing company, she started to use her social media platform to back up and support her activism, particularly the hashtag Time's Up and hashtag MeToo movements. But then the Me Too movement itself hit the rocks by the shore as its figurehead, Asia Argento, was hashtag MeToo'd herself for having sexual relations with an underage boy. Still, a better partner was there to give her plenty of comfort. Oh, fucking hell, Nora. Can we get this press? Can we get a spin on this, please? That's better. 2018 was shaping up to be a very interesting year so far for Brie, particularly off the back of so much success in 2016. And it wasn't long again until she opened her big mouth, this time coming to the defense of the critically panned and box office failure that was A Wrinkle in Time, directed by Ava DuVernay, on what she's doing nowadays. I guess even Warner Brothers could take only so many failures on behalf of this person. I guess the writer's strike has a positive after all. But Brie was ready to stick her feet, if that's what you can call them, really into the dog crap by opening her mouth and saying something exceedingly stupid, considering her movie Captain Marvel still hadn't released at the cinemas yet. After spouting a load of bollocks on the population breakdown diversity-wise of the US, she came out with these chestnuts.
I would like to address the big story of the day.
No, not those chestnuts. These chestnuts.
Am I saying that I hate white dudes? No, I'm not. But what I am saying is, and I'm also saying I don't hate white dudes. I'm just saying I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him. And for the third time, I don't hate white dudes.
Yep, for some reason it was white dudes' fault for reviewing stuff, and it was white dudes' fault for going to the cinema and seeing the film because the film wasn't made for them. So why wasn't any other demographics going and watching the film that bombed so miserably? With her Captain Marvel movie still about a year away, it's going to come as a harsh reality that the vast majority of superhero lovers and comic buyers were, guess what, Brie? 40-year-old white dudes.
And for the third time, I don't hate white dudes.
This nonsense even carried over into the Captain Marvel press tour, as Brie stressed that she didn't want the tour to be overwhelmingly white and male. You know, the target audience. However, despite that, the film was a massive commercial success, even if it wasn't a massive critical success. Sandwiched between Infinity War and Endgame, and with the Infinity War Endgame credit scene hinting that Captain Marvel would actually have a massive role to play coming into Endgame, spoiler alert, she didn't in any capacity, people flocked to the cinema to see the links of this chain being forged that weren't remotely necessary because the film wasn't even set in the era of these two colossal ending films of the Infinity Saga. Even Marvel execs were beginning to see how Brie Larson was rubbing people up the wrong way. This activism of hers had turned into absolute poison. Even her own co-stars couldn't stand her.
Be there for all my extra takes.
Signed you up for the apprenticeship.
And fearing that they may alienate their customer base, the decision was made to significantly reduce the amount of airtime that she got in the final and most important installment of their saga. Oopsies. Brie needed to rehab her image, and there was only one way to do that. Meet them at the battleground itself. Create a YouTube channel. What could possibly go wrong?
Hi, I'm Brie Larson. Oh, God. Hi. I'm an actor. You might know me from Captain Marvel.
What, the movie that Katie Sackhoff would have been a far better casting choice than you? Yeah, I know it.
Or maybe you know me from nothing. Maybe you just randomly from the algorithm clicked on this, but regardless.
No, there was no going to be random algorithm clickage going on here. YouTube certainly might give you a push, but this was just horribly overproduced. Once again, in an effort to make Brie Larson more personable, they did exactly the opposite. They made her come across as manufactured, fake, phony, and on top of that, nobody could understand what she was bloody saying. That's the most intelligible thing she's said in years.
Initial campaign was for white women of prominence to share their mic with lesser known black women and
Yep, this is gonna win the crowd over.
There's just so much going on in the world right now, so much coming to the surface. It's just been incredibly, I just feel so grateful to know you.
Spit it out, woman!
I love your mind so much.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna save you the torture. The first 8 minutes of this video is literally just word soup of nothing of any consequence said whatsoever. And once more, the image of Brie Larson was in the toilet. But don't worry, as the views started to significantly drop off, so did Brie from YouTube. Even her filmography was starting to dry up, relegated to cameos and bit parts and shorts and nothing really of any substance whatsoever, apart from the upcoming Fast 10, which releases this Friday. Even the people who she tried to appeal to started to turn on her when she began promoting things like NFTs on social media or liking people's tweets who, well, let's just say, are on the wrong side of history according to them. Then the biggest news, which I think caused the biggest shift in Brie recently, and that was the fact that Captain Marvel 2 was now downgraded to the Marvels. She would no longer be the star of her own movie, and she would be joined by 2 other cast members to share that limelight with, Monica Rambeau and Ms. Marvel, who Marvel Comics have just killed in The Amazing Spider-Man. Don't worry, I'm sure she'll be back before the movie starts. Rumors were abound of tantrums on the set, not getting on with her co-stars, and even on the red carpet, when asked about Captain Marvel, she didn't seem to really be sure about its future.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
As much as the Access media would want you to think that that is a response to the fans' reaction to her, it's far from the truth. In actual fact, it's the complete reverse. It's how Marvel Studios feel about her and Hollywood in general. She's told every single line imaginable. She's gone along with all their stupid activism and all their wokeness, and where's it got her? It's got her so unlikable that the very people that have pushed her won't even cast her anymore because of how detrimental she could be to the project. And with Fast 10 just around the corner, blink and you'll probably miss her in any of the trailers. However, when it comes to the promotion of this film, it looks like Brie is playing a little bit of truant with her Hollywood masters. Sporting a massive crucifix that you could probably see from orbit, this is a huge no-no in Hollywood at the moment, particularly with their war against religion and the activists that this would piss off in the process. It seems like Brie's marketing team have decided she needs a rebrand. But here we go to the final problem. Who exactly is Brie Larson? She seems to be somebody that at a young age was catapulted into superstardom. And from there on in, she's been surrounded by people in her ear, marketing departments, optics people, telling her what to say, what to do, how she should be perceived by her peers, how she should act to fans. And it all seems to be so negative. So much so that we just don't seem to know who the real Brie is. She's never been allowed to be her, or she's quite happy to be led around and told what to do. But it's clear that she's frustrated that no matter what she gets told, she never seems to get that admiration or acceptance from fans and the very people who are telling her what to do. Maybe it's time for Brie to be Brie, because Brie Larson's biggest problem is that she's got a Brie Larson problem. I'll see you in the next video. You take care. Bye for now.